Okay, Owen, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you, William?
Very good. All right, Josh, how are you doing?
Doing pretty well. Today I'm slightly stressing over homework, but we're doing good.
That'll do it. What got you into filmmaking?
Well, I think what got me into filmmaking was the combined effort of my friends and actually seeing films. I really loved just the ability to make something that was like timeless almost, because we could, watch it forever and it'd bring us back to then. And I saw other people in the group doing it, and that really inspired me to try it out. And here I am now after all these years still working on films, which are a lot of fun, and I'm always thinking about that kind of thing. So it was a great addition to my creative side.
God, what got me into filmmaking? A lot of that's sitting on the wall behind me. It's all the VHS tapes. I've seen pretty much most of them. My grandfather and I used to watch them after school and just hanging out on the weekends. And then once I met the lads, the BCUF, you might, just had fun making, watching, enjoying films.
Which film that we worked on has been your personal favorite?
Well, I think the film that has been my personal favorite has got to be Into the Welcomeverse. Like, it doesn't hold up at all to today, but it really was just it was extremely important to the development we've had as a group filmmaking, for me especially, because it was my first big project. It wasn't a great film, obviously. Like, even to this day when I watch it, I enjoy it, but at the same time I see more and more problems every time. But it still is a very important moment to me for that reason, and it really defined a lot of what I've done since then, obviously, because we then had Origin of the Welcomeverse, which was another phenomenal project that I enjoyed working on. Did not come out as well as we wanted to, but it was really good in the process side of it. We enjoyed that a lot. But yeah, I think overall Into the Welcomeverse was definitely one of the most key moments in my development as a filmmaker.
My personal favorite film would honestly have to be the Star Wars film that we filmed back in freshman year of high school. That film is mainly my favorite because of nostalgia purposes. I feel like us coming together, Ethan, Owen, you and I, and just making one of the dumbest Star Wars films out there was the best time. Like, just the terrible dialogue, the iPhone quality, freezing our butts off in like sub 13 degree weather, me wearing no snow pants, just a basic winter jacket, and steel toe rain boots that have zero insulation just made it all better. Like, I could not have asked for more. And then the bloopers reel that came after it was just prime. Like, Owen's goose sound, Owen throwing the lightsaber behind, Ethan tripping over my feet, Owen being seen in the background of the tree shaking. Like, it stands out in my memory as one of the best films that we have ever made. Not for, like, quality-wise or, like, actually being good, but just, like, stupidity and nostalgia-wise. It was just prime.
What is the most memorable scene you have been part of or worked on?
Oh boy. Well, where to start? The most memorable scene. I mean, it's gotta be the $800 Legacy of the Welcomeverse shot.
My all-time favorite, unfortunately I have to say it, it's called the $800 shot for a reason, but it's not for the reason that Owen had listed.
That shot was just... It's an experience that I'll never forget. Just standing there, in the middle of the woods. It's snowing really hard. We've been filming these shots.
Mine is because of the pure fact that Ethan and I went out, because we were like, oh yeah, we're going to do a fight scene. We went out to that trail, and we just completely choreographed an entire new fight scene on the fly. It took us 10 minutes. We actually did it. We practiced it maybe 15 times.
The drone flies into the choreographed fight scene, and then Josh steps forward one step instead of backwards, and the drone had its safety deactivated, crashes directly into the side of his head and falls to the ground. And we all just stand there, and we're like, now, I'm not really sure, but that didn't look very good.
And it looked damn near perfect in that shot.
we all immediately then said, "Josh, are you okay?" And we ran over to him, but the damage had been done. But it was great damage. It was a lot of fun. It was a great time.
Yes, the shot that we're going to end up using is the $800 shot, the one where the drone hit me in the head, but because it was the best take.
We really, really are appreciative of Mr. David for letting us just continue to use the drone after that. Like, we cost him, or we made him lose a couple $100 there, but it was still just such a memorable shot. There's nothing like that we've done. That's definitely the top of the list.
Another amazing shot that I love that stands out in my mind is fighting Zach on top of a parking garage, freezing my butt off in the skin suit. That was awesome just because of all the amazing things that happened on that day. Like, the choreographed fight, how many times we did it, the different angles that we got of it. It's all going to be cut together so nicely, and it's just going to look so good.
What is your favorite part about making films with your friends?
My favorite part about making films with friends, honestly, just has to be the good vibes and just chilling out with them between takes. And then, honestly, not gonna lie, getting completely serious after one of the dumbest jokes that one of us makes. It's like we're all cracking, bent over laughing, and then all of a sudden, serious. It just makes it all more enjoyable. Because we get this stuff done. Sure, it takes like 5 or 6 takes, because some of those takes are stupid, like occasionally tripping over stuff, not getting stuff lined up right, other things like that. It just makes it more entertaining doing it with people that I know, because I know their sense of humor, and I can crack jokes while we're behind scenes and stuff like that, or we can just do fun things. Versus if I didn't know them, I wouldn't gauge their humor based off of that, so I wouldn't be able to work as well with them.
I think the best part of making films with your friends is that you can really, you can capture a moment in time and you can keep it there and be able to go back and look at it in the future. Like, looking back at some of the films we made when we were younger, sure, most of them were pretty dog, but overall, it was a lot, we got a lot of fun times there, and it's great to be able to see our progression as, filmmakers on the one hand, but also just as people, and have that record of all of it together, and that really wouldn't be there if we weren't doing it with friends and if it was just random people. It just adds an extra layer to it that I think is really valuable.